Welcome back. I got a I don't want to say everything that's going on in my brain right now, but I just had like by the way, I'm good. I want to preface that because I've been saying some shit lately that's got some people worried about me and I'm like, "No, bro, I'm good. I got a little bit of dark humor. I'm good though." You know? Um Again, you're going to see plenty of videos that come out after this one. We still got all these apart. I'm good. Okay? And if something does, we're gonna stop right there because that's the dark humor talking again. But like I said, I'm good. I showed my manager a video today, and it said it's like something like when she just dumped bro, and bro says he's fine, but how bro really is, and he's like going 180 on the highway, and he just fucking flips his car and shit. And my manager just looked at me and was like, "Don't do that, bro. Don't do that." And then he was like, I was like, "Bro, I'm good. Like, I'm doing good right now." And he's like, "I see the shit you post on Facebook. Don't do that." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I'm not as good as I'm not as good as I'm trying to play off, but I'm good, you know." Um, so forgot I had that motherfucker on Facebook. But no, so I'm good. This is not like I'm not trying to imply anything with this video. I am good, but I wish I was great, but I am good. But I came across this video. It's a reel. It's from Markiplier. He's playing a game or something. Or it's a reel of. It's not from. But he's talking like, if you had one day, I just like the thought experiment here. Because lately I've been feeling like I'm just wasting my fucking life. And I've been wondering if certain other choices were a waste of my life. Really, I mean, my dad was always not talking shit. Recently my family has showed up for me like they've never showed up before. But my dad he always thought why does that have my name on it? Oh, it doesn't. I'm just stupid. What does that say? It says mice. I don't know. But I made some choices, and my dad always thought that I was wasting my life, wasting my time, wasting my life. That I could do so much more. And you know, when I would hang out with my friends and run the streets, my dad said, "Wasting my life away." When I would the choice of job that I chose, the profession, the career that I've pursued, I never saw it as a career, and so I mean, I kind of was wasting my life, but you know, I felt like I was wasting my life because eventually, you know, you hear it so many times, you're like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing on this planet? I've had no impact on the world around me. I've just kind of, I have not really done anything to life. I've had life done to me. That's not grammar, but y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, what if I died tomorrow? Who's gonna remember me? My friends are gonna be pretty bummed out for a while. My job is basically gonna be kind of fucked for a week, maybe two. Um, my job's probably gonna be fucked for a day, honestly. Um, and it's not saying that you have to be absolutely important to absolutely everything you do to have value, but what value have I provided on the world around me, to the world around me? And especially if certain people can just kind of exit your life like nothing ever happened and carry on with a smile on their face while you're here suffering. What value? What's the point? Right? What was the point of certain choices you made that you thought were going to have long lasting consequences, that you thought were going to lead to your future? What the fuck is that? I guess. I found the sacred treasure. Anyways, this isn't about Killer Instinct. I did not like this game. But, anyways, I just had an ADHD moment. Back on track. You know, you picked someone you thought was going to be yours forever, and they weren't. You know, they disappear for 6 days, and when they come back, they decide, I liked it better when you weren't around. Like, I don't know. Or, you know, certain friends that you just lose contact with, well, shit, they're carrying on without me. It goes both ways, you know, and I'm not great at reaching out to my friends either. It is what it is. Some people stay, some people go. While you're fighting for other people, they're not fighting for you. And I think, well, shit. I think we both know what I'm talking about. If I die tomorrow, how does she feel? She feel indifferent? Because I poured my whole life into her, and I didn't really get. I mean, for a while she was pouring hers right back into mine, but you know, after everything's said and done, you just move on. You just carry on like nothing happened. How do you do that? There's a hole in my life, and she seems to be doing just fine. You know, I spent 2.5 years on that particular pursuit, and I have nothing to show for it. Things got rough, and she just... So, we've been over this tons of times. You know, there's no hard... Well, there are hard feelings, right? But there's no hate or malice. There's just hurt. Wish her the best. But what the fuck? What the fuck were we doing? And I'm getting a text from one of my other friends. Yeah, we're just gonna pause. It's fine. But like, this is still something I think about every single day, and that shit's tragic in its own way. It's like a mental prison that I'm stuck in. It'll get better though. But the thing is, you know, with the people around you, do you tell them? Okay, I forgot the point of the video. You know you're gonna die tomorrow. You have 24 hours, not a second more. So, I mean, shit. For me, it's 1:16 in the morning. So, this time tomorrow. So I have a whole day, which unfortunately in this case I'm going to be sleeping for most of. But what do you do? It's the second you know you have 24 hours. There's nothing you can do to change it. How do you spend that time? What would you do? What would be the most fulfilling thing that you can do? I mean, I'd probably grab the homies and go take them to go see a movie. Honestly, I think I'd just plan a long ass road trip. It would be kind of fucked if the road trip was like 24 hours long and you just, you know, clocked out at the end of it, you know, and they have a lonely ass road trip back. But I mean, do you even tell anybody that you have? Do you even tell anybody that you have a time limit? That you have a expiration date? Everybody has an expiration date, but do you tell people that you know yours? Like, what do you? What do you even do? I mean, I like to think that I'd have a balanced mind and a cool head, but I'd probably be freaking the fuck out and telling everybody, but I feel like that's selfish to tell everybody just to clear your mind. Now you're worrying theirs. I think what I would do is, since for me, everything is friends and family. Like that's and partnership and companionship. Um, I wanted a life partner with this person, and that went tits up, didn't it? So the thing is, I still see a future with this person. She doesn't see one with me, and whatever. But the thing is, for me, my whole life is relationships, and maybe that's the way it is for everyone else. But I feel like I am more so. Like, I don't know. I used to be very introverted, and then I made a couple friends, and now I'm very extroverted, and I kind of crave the. I don't know. I really need a player too, right? I need to be happy on my own, but I need a player too. Once I figure out my shit, I need to find someone to experience life with again in that same way. Um, I don't have the words for it right now, but I make friends everywhere I go. So I have friends in all these other cities because I've been to all these other cities, and I've made real meaningful connections with a lot of people all over this state. I live in Texas, by the way. All over Texas, I have people in. I mean, shit. I even know people outside of the states. I've never been to these states before, but I know people in Tennessee. I know people in California. I know people in. I don't think I know anyone outside of the country, but I know people in California and Tennessee. Trying to think of other states. I know someone in Florida, and I mean, I don't have a real personal connection with that person in Florida, but I know a lot of people all over the place. And I think what I would try to do, I don't think I would tell anybody. I mean, I'd probably tell my boss, just so that way they know, hey, start hiring new people. But I don't think I would tell any of my friends, and I mean, I don't know. There's part of me that's kind of fucked up, but I just hit him up, be like, hey, you want to hang today? Go see how they're doing, then peace out, and then find the next friend, catch up with people. I would take the time, that I'd never really taken before. I think part of life is living like it's your last day. I think that's part of what I need to start doing. Instead of bullshitting around all the time. There's so much stuff I want to do. I better do it, because you never know. I have had some pretty fucking close calls lately. Like some Final Destination type shit. I mean, shit, my car almost became a convertible a couple weeks back while I was in it. It's the type of shit that kind of gets you thinking. And there's also everything else that's happened. Like, and when I get into such a dark place, it's usually my friends and family that bring me out of it. When I was younger, I could get out of it myself. I just, needed a little while to bounce back. I don't have that time to bounce back these days. I could just get stuck in that place for a very long time. But then I have all these other people that'll just show up to my door and just kick it down until I'm feeling better, until I let them in. And it's interesting. I mean, if I tell them, like, my friend Tiffany, for instance, she's in Tennessee, but she used to be my neighbor down here. She was the one who texted me a second ago. If I told her I am gonna die this time tomorrow, she's gonna spend the whole fucking time, all of our time together, worrying about me. And there's gonna be constant questions. Well, what happened? How do you know? Like, and I mean, if she doesn't know, then we can just sit down and watch a movie. My roommate Malik, if if I tell him, he's going to be focusing all of his time trying to stop whatever is about to happen to me, even though there's nothing he can do. And so instead of enjoying the time he has with me, he's going to be waiting. He's going to be working so hard to do the impossible. And as far as it goes with Allie, if I had 24 hours left, I don't know what she would do. At the very least, I would, finally know that she was being honest with me, but doesn't that kind of go against the whole point of trusting another human being? I mean, we would definitely have one last meaningful conversation for sure, but I don't know. I think as far as she's concerned, I would just call her up, say, "Hey, you want to get a drink? Catch up?" And see what she says to that. But I don't know that I could ever tell her something like that. Even though, I mean, maybe she'd be indifferent. Maybe she'd be like, "Damn, that sucks. Shit. How'd this happen?" And then go about the rest of her day. I don't know. I don't know what she would do these days, I don't know how she feels these days. I know plenty of people that would go heaven and earth to. They would move heaven and earth just to stop whatever's about to happen. But I don't know what she would do. And I'm trying to think, what would all their headspaces be if I was. But then also, like, my main thought is, if I found out I had 24 hours left, what would I want to do? The things that I would really want to do, I can't do in 24 hours. And if I thought, would I make one last video? Would I spend that time playing through one last game? Again, I think I'd make that road trip and just see how everyone's doing, catch up and get my closure with these people. Have one last grand hangout. But then, when my time's coming, when I got 60 seconds left on the clock, what's going through my head? I know I've got 1 minute left because I wrote it down as soon as I heard, oh, so this is the time. Oh, so I've got 1 minute left. What am I going to do with that minute? Just close my eyes, hold my breath? What's going to be on my mind? Am I thinking, wow, I really wasted 23 years of my life? It got me, 23 years, it got me here. I made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. I threw away my whole life. I want to be a director, a writer. I want to work on video games. I want to work on TV shows and movies, and I want to tell stories. Well, I mean, among other things, that was secondary to this other thing that kind of fell apart. But am I going to sit here reflecting on all my regrets? Am I going to sit there reflecting on my achievements? Because I don't even know what those are. Everything that's been going on is kind of flipped. I'm a manager at Jason's Deli. I got that huge ass promotion, right? But what's going through my head is, okay, so you're not the only one in the world who became a manager, and you're fucking shit at it sometimes. Sometimes you're pretty shit at it. So, in my last 60 seconds, am I just supposed to say, oh, well, you remember that one time you got a promotion at your job? You remember that one time they said, you did good enough to earn this? and then it's been like a dead end ever since. In my last 60 seconds, am I going to be thinking about all my memories with Allie? You remember all those good times we had? I'm going to be thinking about how it ended. Man, too bad it didn't work with that chick you liked. Am I going to be thinking about all the times that I've been there for my friends and they've been there for me? Or am I going to think about all the times I let them down? I can't really say that I've let down my friends a huge degree, but I'm sure there's some times where I've just kind of where I've pissed them off, or am I going to be thinking about those times where am I going to be thinking about my successes, which again, what are those? Am I going to be thinking about my failures, which I can list you a great many right now? I won't for my own sanity, but I could list them. I don't even have enough fingers to count them all. In my last 60 seconds, since I know they're coming, there's not going to be any fear, I don't think, because I've known they were coming, and what am I going to do? You fear. I feel like when you realize that it's over, there's no fear, right? I feel like fear is just comes from thinking you can fix it, but not sure that you'll be able to. I think you're scared when there's a gun put up to your head because there's a chance you can make it out, but you might not. But I feel like once you can accept that it's over, that fear is gone. You're not scared. You're just. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of fear left because it's over. Everything's over. But am I going to be sitting here thinking that. What's going to be going through my mind? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Am I going to be happy that it all led to this? Am I going to be happy? Am I going to be grateful for the journey that I had? Because I've learned a lot, but it's over now, so what was the point of learning any of it? Am I going to be thinking about actually, I think I know what I'll be thinking about, but am I going to be thinking, damn, I wish I could have played that video game one more time. Damn, I wish I could see Allie right now. Damn, wonder how Malik's doing. Or am I going to be thinking about how's everyone going to feel once this is over? I should let you know, I have this fear, and it's been a, I'm even dealing with it now, because of this. We're about to go no contact and everything. I have a fear of being forgotten. Like one day, my name will come up in a conversation, and the other person's just gonna be like, "Who?" I mean, I'm sure plenty of people have forgotten me, but those are the people that don't really matter. I'm positive if I call up any person right now, I'm positive if I call them up, they could list off some funny stories, some adventures that we've had. Um, but on the same hand, I'm also positive that you know after I'm gone, after I've lost contact with these people, are they still going to remember those stories? Are they still going to have? I mean, when my story ends, what impact have I left on the people around me? The people in my immediate circle, do they eventually just forget? I feel like no, but I don't know. My biggest fear is, I mean, for a while it was losing Allie, but that happened. So my second, well, now my biggest fear, um, being forgotten, and what does it take to be remembered, and how easily could I be forgotten? And I feel like, I feel like if tomorrow at 1:33 a.m. I was just gone, I feel like most of my friends would probably. I feel like they'd still be telling stories about me when they're 80 years old. When I feel like maybe some memories might even pop up when they're on their deathbed. You know, when they're saying their goodbyes. And maybe a few of them will even be like, man, I'm coming for you, Mikey. We're going to have so many more good times. But, I don't know. Most of my relationships make me feel. Most of my relationships have left me feeling pretty valued. But it's just this stuff with Allie, I guess. See, I guess this 24 hours thing, it goes back to her. And why is that? Every single fucking time. I mean, maybe if something happened to me tomorrow, she'd cry for about 5 minutes and then, I don't know, would she move on? Would she remember? Would she hold that with her? Would she feel any sort of guilt about it? I don't know. I don't know why I worry so much about what other people think, when in the end it really doesn't matter. I guess it matters what she thinks. But why? In about 30 hours, I could start my first therapy session. It's gonna be so interesting. Maybe I'll get some more answers, but shit. What's the reason? You know what's everything happens for a reason, right? Everything that's happening right now, what's the reason? What? Why? Why me? Why now? Why all of this? I'm not trying to play victim either. I mean, shit happens to everybody, right? But I'm not the only one who's ever gone through this. I know that. I'm not even saying I'm a special case. You've all probably felt this shit too, but you know, everything be going so well, so right, so well for the whole fucking time. There can be red flags that everyone else saw, but they didn't tell you because, I mean, they, some people told me, but the people that I really cared about, they didn't tell me that they saw these red flags, that they saw all this shit coming until after it happened. But I don't know. I don't know. Sure. Some of this, I mean, there was nothing I could do. I did my part, right? There was nothing I could do. And that part doesn't even matter, right? But if we lived in a perfect world, which clearly we don't, me, Allie, and, well, me, Malik, and Allie would be moving into these apartments, right? But it's just me and Malik. And that's okay. That's still great. That's amazing. I'm still so fucking excited. But I have all these things that I want to do with someone who's like soul tied, right? You know, I thought me and her were soul tied. Maybe we are. Ain't shit I can do to find out. Ain't shit, you know. All I can do is kick her to the curb, tell her to get fucked, and see if she comes back. You know, test her loyalty. I mean, not like that, but again, no hard feelings, just hurt, and I'm just saying words. But I really shouldn't have said those words. I do kind of regret saying those words. But essentially, you know, there's no contact thing. Just like, you're done. Putting the friendship on hold just to. It shouldn't even be friendship, but putting whatever it is we still have on hold until we can figure out what the fuck we need to do. And I mean, if we're connected, then if we are connected, if we're bonded, if we're bonded, if we're meant to be, if it is meant to be, it'll find its way back, no matter what. I mean, because there is some comfort I find in knowing that if it's meant to be, there's really nothing I can do to fuck it up. But it is scary not knowing if it is meant to be. And I shouldn't worry about that. I mean, we should be broken up and I should be done with it. For now, at least. But I don't know. This 24 hours thing, it kind of just gave me a excuse to express what's on my mind. I don't know. I guess I'm also just venting about the state of my life, but these are the choices I've made, so most days I'm pretty happy with the way things are. These last couple of days ain't been most days, but I know it gets better. I know there's something on the horizon to look forward to. So I'm not going anywhere. For some reason, some people are pretty worried that I might do something stupid, but nope, not my style. I ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna be here for a long time, and I'm gonna make it everyone else's problem too. It's just the more I talk about the way I'm feeling, the more people start to worry about me. And maybe that's good. But also, you don't need to worry that much. I'm pretty worried about me too. So, I've always had demons. I just have more of them now. And now I'm fighting them on my own. Mostly on my own. I got some help sometimes. Sometimes I pull out that fucking legendary summon. Sometimes I get fucking Bahamut. And then sometimes I get Simba. You know? Simba's pretty cool, but he's not Bahamut. He is not a guaranteed win against the fucking boss. Simba is not taking on Sephiroth. That's for sure. Although summons are blocked in that battle anyways. So, but I mean, it's just rough. It's just a constant battle lately. That's it. And these demons aren't gonna win, so there's nothing to worry about. But, I don't know. Sometimes life's just beating you down, and you're ready to give up, and not give up as in but give up as in just kind of sit there and take it. Just kind of starfish while life just raw dogs you, bro. Like, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Not like just, I'm good. I'm not great, but I'm good. But I mean, I'm just what I said before. I'm just doing the starfish while life just raw dogs all of my holes. And that's kind of, I mean, the way I see it, I see all these posts, they say stuff like, well, God turned my favorite person into a lesson. Well, in my case, what was the lesson? What was I supposed to learn from that? Because I made some mistakes during the relationship, sure, but like, I don't know. I never gave up. I never cheated. I stayed faithful. I gave her everything I had. What lesson? I loved with all my heart, and it. What was the reason? It wasn't a lesson, because the only thing that's going to teach me is just to be cold to everybody, just to give up. And, I mean, the only thing I can think of is set more boundaries. But, like, that's not great. It's not like I went after. I don't know. Like, it worked out for 2.5 years, and I'm grateful. I still think about some of those memories, but I still smile. I still, I'm looking back on it and I'll smile. I'll cry a little bit, but what the fuck was the lesson? The lesson was don't give someone your whole heart? Be cold to the rest of the world? What the fuck was the lesson? The only thing I can think is that the lesson is letting go of the thing that you want the most, but I haven't figured out how to do that. So if that's the lesson, gonna have to give it to me again. Pause. I don't know. A lot on my mind lately. Because the only thing I can't seem to let go. That's the only thing. The only thing is I just can't seem to let go. It's gonna be out of my hands before long. Well, it's not gonna be out of my hands. I'm gonna have to before long. You know, there's no contact thing that's coming up. I'm gonna go through with it. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna make sure that this doesn't. I'm gonna let go, and I don't know about looking for something else, but I'm gonna let go of her for her sake. I'm gonna give her the space she needs to figure out herself, find herself, reconnect with nature, whatever the fuck. But I mean, I just don't get it. All that pain and the pain that still comes from holding on, and I can't let go if I wanted to. Asa did. Let me turn this shit on real quick. But I don't know. Nothing of value. There's nothing of value to learn from what I went through that I didn't already know, that the universe couldn't have taught me in another way. So I don't get it. Sometimes shit just happens and there's not a reason. Everyone keeps telling me there's a reason. Well, shit. If there's a reason, I need to know so that way it doesn't fucking happen again. But the next person I love, probably gonna end horribly too. Fuck, shit, I mean, with my luck, she might just fucking die. Like, I don't know. I don't know. If there's a reason, someone tell me. Anyways, I mean, I guess that ends this little. I keep saying vlog. This is more like a video diary. That ends this, I guess. So. Low key, another one of my Kingdom Hearts videos might have just gone corrupty, and that be pissing me off lately. So, don't know why I keep doing that. I hope it's just a prank, bro. I think what's happening is maybe I'm shutting my PS5 off. Well, what happens in this video? I think I'm shutting it off too soon after ending the video, so I'm gonna have to re-record this one. Dude, that sucks though, because that's like. Yeah, I'm getting philosophical. It's a roller coaster. 3 hours into the game, bro. 3:38, bro. And then by the time I pause this one, what am I sitting at? Bro. Come on, bro. So technically, we're at 4:52. Isn't that fucking radical? And this video just doesn't want to exist. Well, I guess I better start playing the game. Start redoing that. Oh, anyways, video over, guys.